man. Apparently, the feds have destroyed all hope for Lil Durk. Flacco just dropped a new video. We're about to take a look at it. We're going to see.
Lil Durk took some major losses today in court. Today might have been the worst day for Lil Durk since this trial have started. Obviously, the world already knows OTF Jam, Lil Durk's #1 shooter, took the stand against him and gave a powerful testimony. We'll get there. But before OTF Jam even testified, Lil Durk was already taking losses. The prosecutors did a really great job at attacking the OTF Vonnie theory that Lil Durk's defense team explored in their opening statement. Lil Durk's defense team said OTF Vonnie is the mastermind, not Lil Durk. OTF Vonnie was there when King Von died. He had all the motive. He wanted Quando Rondo dead more than anyone else wanted Quando Rondo dead. He was the most motivated to attack Quando Rondo, so he's the one responsible for this. Well, the prosecutor played an unreleased music video of Lil Durk murdering a Quando Rondo lookalike. And this was to point out, no, Lil Durk wanted Quando Rondo and his associates dead just as much as OTF Vonnie wanted Quando Rondo and his associates dead.
There was a crazy moment in court today when they finally played Lil Durk's unreleased Redman music video. They didn't play the whole video and they didn't even play the song, but they played the intro with sound. And I'm not gonna lie, it was looking like a great video. It was looking like a big budget video. They had an actor that looked just like Quando Rondo. He was dressed in the outfit that Lil Tim was wearing when...
Damn, that's fucked up. But that Redman song is a good ass song, I ain't gonna lie.
King Von got killed. I believe the video was made by an infamous video maker, Jerry Production, who's produced a lot of videos for Durk as well as...
Jerry Production from Detroit. That nigga he been going crazy for the last 15 years.
Von. I'm not gonna lie, the video looked fire. It looked big budget, but obviously what was bad was it showed Lil Durk sliding in the back of a van with what looked like a Mac, but like, you know, it's like, sort of like a mini machine gun type gun, pulling up on this Quando Rondo lookalike, shooting him dead in the street, shooting him on the ground, standing over him, pulling off his mask and revealing that it was Durk that did it. Now, I'm not going to lie, the video looked fire. I wish I could have watched the whole thing, but obviously it wasn't a great look for the jury. And what made it even worse is it had all this dramatic kind of movie style score music in the background. And if I'm real with you, it really built up a vibe. It really built up this kind of terrifying murder, true crime vibe in the video that I'm sure Durk is probably regretting from when he made that video.
Brian Steele is amazing. I don't think Brian Steele's response to this was effective. I don't think he argued effectively for Lil Durk in this particular situation. Now, my best bet is Lil Durk filmed this music video before them boys went to LA and tried to murder Quando Rondo and ultimately murdering his cousin. I think he filmed this beforehand. Once they actually did what he was manifesting, he didn't drop the video because he realized it was going to make him too hot. That's what I believe took place. Now, Brian Steele brought up the fact that Quando Rondo also murdered a Lil Durk lookalike in his music video, which to me was not a good idea, because wouldn't that just prove...
It just going back and forth now.
Yeah, Lil Durk and Quando Rondo had intense beef. Lil Durk wanted Quando Rondo dead because Quando Rondo also wanted Lil Durk's dead, so Lil Durk got all the motive to murder her, right? Like to me, I love Brian Steele. I did not really look at this as Brian Steele's best work.
But it was very interesting because Brian Steele kind of clapped back. He said that this video is art. He pointed out that Quando Rondo had also made a video where they depicted Durk getting shot and killed. It was interesting because they showed a screenshot of the Lil Durk lookalike in the video. That was shown by the prosecution. But weirdly, they didn't show the music video for that. So weirdly, the prosecution didn't actually bring up the video now because I kind of know a little bit too much about this case. I know that it's the song Soul Reaper, right? I got it for you there. I just looked it up and double checked. But it's the song Soul Reaper where they had a Lil Durk lookalike and they didn't even bring this up. I'm surprised they didn't bring this up, but Lil Pab, the actual victim, is in that video killing Lil Durk. They didn't bring that up. I'm surprised they didn't. But regardless of that, that was shown as part of when they showed the Quando Rondo interview with Angela Yee in the back of the Rolls Royce. And they pointed out he's in a Rolls Royce. Look at the headrest. They didn't say why, but they're obviously going to introduce the evidence later on that Durk had lyrics where he talking about that Rolls better be bulletproof. We're going to shoot at the stars. But anyway, Brian Steele kind of brought forward a bunch of stuff to basically say, look, you didn't question Quando Rondo's art when he had a lookalike that, you know, a Durk lookalike that was killed in the Soul Reaper video. You're judging Durk's art. He said,
I don't understand this defense at all. Quando Rondo is not on trial for murder. If Quando Rondo would have murdered Lil Durk after making a music video about murdering Lil Durk, Quando Rondo's art would be at play here. Quando Rondo's art would be interrogated. Quando Rondo's art, right, would be dissected. They got no reason to go ahead and look at. Again, I don't understand this at all. To me, I feel like the best defense of this was, bruh, he filmed this beforehand. He filmed this before this happened. He had no intentions. Bruh, it's a rap beef. They're rappers, right? But that don't mean that he did anything. This don't mean that
it's just for content.
You know, he participated in this murder with OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie and OTF Didi. As a matter of fact, you guys don't even have any messages of him. There's better ways to argue this than, well, Laquan Rondo also had a music video. Okay, yeah, that just means they was going back and forth. They had an ongoing beef. They had a beef that was so serious they both wanted to kill each other. Lil Durk was just successful in killing somebody next to Laquan Rondo, but they still beefing. Now, it doesn't help Durk, right, that the victim, Lil Pop, is actually in the music video murdering Durk. Hold on. They also revealed some text messages that Lil Durk had with Duty Low, where Lil Durk is sending Duty Low Quando Rondo's number and apparently another guy's number that was gonna help Duty Low track down Quando Rondo and get his low. But here's the thing though, there are other messages between Duty Low and somebody who's currently unknown. They suspect that is Lil Durk, but due to some type of voodoo encryption that Lil Durk did, they can determine if the messages that Duty Low is sending back and forth discussing Quando Rondo's location is with Lil Durk or somebody else. Lil Durk has had 17 different phone numbers in the last 4 to 5 years.
17 is fucking crazy. I still got the same number from high school. That's insane.
It's so easy to become a podcaster.
Man, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so there was some crazy evidence that was shared today. I'm going to be very careful about what I say. I don't want Durk's team to scream at me outside the courtroom telling me to delete everything like they did today. But look, I'm just going to be careful about what I say. They brought up some of these Duty Low messages. There were messages back and forth with Duty Low. Now, I want to just be very careful what I say. It seemed like they were inferring that Durk was kind of going back and forth in these messages. But I don't know if that can be 100% proven. They were saying that there were a lot of messages that were deleted. Durk's efforts to apparently delete his messages very regularly seemed like he was actually having some success with deleting these messages, okay? It seemed to suggest that Duty Low had gone back and forth with somebody that was saved as Slime Life Shorty. Now, I know Slime Life Shorty is someone in Atlanta who was brought up in, the Young Thug situation, and there was even kind of a whole thing where, Young Thug had dropped that song, talk about Slime Life Shorty, I hope you put down your 40, but it seemed like that was what Duty had Durk saved as, but I can't be 100% sure. But
Durk would be better off if the messages was him. He'll be better off if the messages was him. But he better get on bending knees, man, and pray those messages ain't between Duty Low and the real Slime Life Shorty. I don't know Slime Life Shorty like that, man. Young Thug have rapped in multiple songs that Slime Life Shorty is a rat. So if that's the real Slime Life Shorty they're talking about, what are the odds that Durk had nothing but informants around him, man? What are the odds that somebody who's as careful as Lil Durk is, Durk was deleting messages, Durk had 5 different numbers, Durk got rid of his iCloud, Durk wasn't texting about nothing.
That nigga said, I'll get rid of my iCloud if the feds on me. I think that's what he said in the song. You know what I meant, though.
The odds that somebody this careful would have nothing but informants around him.
Context of the conversations seemed to have Duty kind of going back and forth with Durk. They basically seemingly had a bit of a celebration. So what was interesting, right, was apparently Duty Low had done a reaction, like a laughing reaction, to a message that said no, which was right after Quando Rondo was screaming on the street no over Lil Pab's body. Now, they had basically recovered that reaction, but what they didn't have was the original messages. So we don't know for sure, but it seemed like it would have been a reaction to Durk's message saying no, but we don't have that. And then basically we saw this back and forth with Duty Low, and basically before anyone says Duty Low's telling or he's cooperating or anything like that, the feds basically said that they had numerous warrants for numerous iCloud accounts with Duty Low. It was hot for Duty Low, and the feds were onto him, and clearly they I don't know how they did it. I don't know if he even know they got it, but they got all of his iCloud info from his phone. But basically, they went back and forth. Duty Low had apparently said to this person, it was saved in his phone, keep your head on, Slime. In the pain, I'm with you for life. This was the person said to Duty Low, keep your head on, Slime. I'm in this pain, I'm with you for life. I'm drilling about this shit. Duty Low said, I love you, Slime. They said, I love you back, Slat. It's up about this shit. After that, this person was messaging Duty Low saying, "Where you at? I'm at the crib." Duty Low saying, "Call me." And then that person that saved the Slime Life Shorty sends Duty Low Quando Rondo's number, and he says Quando's number. They said it's one of his phones. And then the next day, there's a message back and forth where that person that saved the Slime Life Shorty, that it seemed like it could have been Durk, but not 100% confirmed at this stage. They basically said, "I've got an N-word from Savannah who got drops." Obviously, Savannah, Georgia is where Quando Rondo is from, drops his locations, and Durk says, "This is him, you want his number?" Duty Low says, "Yeah," and he sends the number. Now, obviously, it was made very clear nothing was necessarily slid about. They never tried to do a drive-by on Lil Tim or anything like that in Savannah, but obviously these messages were going back and forth, and it's not a great look. But
when most people hear that or read those messages, the thing that they're focused on is Lil Durk. Man, was that Lil Durk? The thing I'm focused on, man, I don't even give a damn about the Lil Durk aspect. Maybe my mind just works different. What I'm focused on is Duty Low. Hold on, Duty Low?
Man, y'all think Duty Low about to get in trouble or something too? Damn. I hope he don't get booked, man.
Is in 4K doing all of this and he's not on trial? Hold on. Duty Low was confirmed in court, by the way, by OTF Jam. Shout out to Remo. But OTF Jam confirmed that Duty Low was co-conspirator number 4.
All right, it's actually about to come out in the courtroom within today or the next couple of days, but there's been some text messages that's been leaked out in the courtroom, and pretty much a day after Vaughn died, Durk texts Duty Low and Quando's number and the number of someone in Savannah who might be able to get his location. That was actually said in court. It's actually going to come out to find out that, you guys are actually going to find out that Duty Low is actually co-conspirator number 4, and it was actually not Brick Baby. So everybody who's been saying Brick Baby is a snitch, yeah, you can tell that it's not Brick Baby. Duty Low is actually allegedly the person who dropped the location, and he's going to be named as co-conspirator 4, if you guys already ain't read between the lines already. But just because he's named as co-conspirator 4 doesn't mean that he is snitching. I don't believe Duty Low is snitching because, I mean, at the end of the day, you just seen him out there with Lil Durk's lawyers and shit. So
Duty Low ain't snitching on nobody. He ain't going for that shit.
Like, nah, he's not snitching or anything. But Duty Low is co-conspirator 4 from what I see, as it says he's the person who allegedly dropped the location. Who else, around OTF could drop the location? If you guys go back into your research, you can kind of see everything lines up. But hey.
Co-conspirator number 4 gave the drop. We already said he gave the drop to OTF Jam, OTF Vani. He worked with the Rolling 60s in getting Quando Rondo's location when Quando Rondo was in LA. He was a part of the murder plot. So if he's that involved, why wouldn't he be on trial right now? 2 things. The snitching thing, right? He's either cooperating, but I don't feel like he's cooperating because, like I said before, he's being embraced by Lil Durk's family. Lil Durk's wife is giving him a hug. The father's giving him a hug. This ain't no secret, right? Lil Durk and them could have looked at that indictment, and they know exactly what happened. So they would have known who co-conspirator number 4 is. So I don't think he's snitching. What I do think is, man, right after this is a RICO. That's already been approved. Like the indictments was severed. So the RICO starts right after this trial. I think this is being saved for the RICO, man. Yo, Duty Low, listen, bro. Yo, look at this, yo. Look, Duty Low was trying to get Quando Rondo's location. Yo, they were doing this in furtherance of the gang because it makes no sense why Duty Low is not on trial right now. He's gonna be in that RICO. He better not get too comfortable, man. Now, the worst part of today was probably OTF Jam's testimony, man. This is just, yo, bro, I damn near shed a tear for Lil Durk, man. Yo, that man took the stand and said, man, Lil Durk ain't forget about me when I was in jail. Everybody else forgot about me when I went to jail. Lil Durk ain't forget about me, man. And you understand by to get this man life in prison, man. This is just sickening. The prosecutors asked OTF Jam, how did you get the location for Quando Rondo? He responded, Duty Low and OTF DD hopped on a FaceTime. He gave OTF DD the location. So apparently they were setting up Quando Rondo with a weed man. Now, who that weed man is, we don't know. But y'all should find out quickly. That weed man should be banned and barred from selling weed ever again. Shouldn't the weed man be like the United Nations? This is like a neutral territory, man. You don't smoke nobody when they go into the weed man. But apparently the weed man was working with OTF this entire time. So he had Quando Rondo's location. So Quando Rondo was initially at a residential area before being moved to the hotel. It looks like he, again, learned a lesson, right? Because if Pop Smoke was going to be at a hotel, Pop Smoke would have been safe right now. So they go, he gave Didi the location. He tells Didi the weed man. So the original plan was the weed man was going to say, I'm outside. And then once Quando Rondo gets outside, they were going to smoke him.
Damn.
But this was when Quando Rondo was going to be at the residential, at the house that he was renting. It looks like Quando Rondo got tipped off to this, or Quando Rondo had a bad feeling, and then they moved from the house to the hotel. So from the B&B to the hotel. Now, that weed man is a dummy as well because...
Hey, that nigga Quando's smart as fuck. He ain't going for that shit.
Like, what do you think is going to happen to you? Like, if the last message is, hey, I'm outside, and then Quando Rondo go outside and you're not there, and then he gets killed, who do you think they're coming to first? You. So okay, let's continue, okay? So OTF Jam says he and his crew were already outside of a residential area that Quando Rondo was staying. This is before Quando Rondo moved to the hotel. So OTF Jam says Quando Rondo then proceeds to come outside. Prosecution, so you didn't have the gun? No. Didi takes the gun away from me. They says, what does Didi do with the gun? Jam says he aims it at the window. They out here lacking. Look, we can get their ass. So then, but for some reason, they never got Quando Rondo at that area. So OTF Jam says Quando even comes out and tries getting on a scooter. At first, we didn't know which one was Quando. They all like Bape. We only knew it was Quando because he pulled his shiesty and you could see his grills. How comes you guys didn't do it? We seen one police unit fly up the street and another follow right after it. Then what happened? One car went one way and another went the other. Quando Rondo has to be the most unaware person on planet Earth. Bro, you see two vehicles, both white BMWs outside at your residential area. You then hop in your black truck at the hotel, miles away, and you look and you see the same cars trailing you. You know, like you don't think, oh, okay, yeah, like something is up here.
No, for real.
I don't know, bro. Like that's just, he's just so unaware, right? Just so unaware. But this also tells you, this was like a different level of like, there's just an element of sinister to it. They didn't even know who Quando Rondo was. They did, they couldn't even recognize who like Quando Rondo was. But they was outside trailing him, trying to murder him.
They all had on
You, just you.
So OTF Jam also said on the stand, man, shout out to Seti Nash, man. He's been doing some great work and great updates, man. OTF Jam also said that Lil Durk told him to kill Quando Rondo when identifying Lil Durk in the courtroom. So yes, OTF Jam pointed at Lil Durk, okay? OTF Jam also admitted to 3 murders off the dribble. Racing and WI. He did a headshot. His OG said kill him. Oh, this was the robbery, by the way. Oh, yeah, that was the robbery. So apparently they did a robbery. Somebody got shot. The OG told him to kill the dude because the dude was going to be like a witness, right, if they ever get caught. This is just unfortunate, man. A lot happened today. Now, OTF Jam is being cross-examined tomorrow by Brian Steele. Brian Steele, again, is a phenomenal lawyer, bro. I just don't know if Lil Durk can overcome all of this, man. This is just a lot for a jury to take into consideration, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of this? There are photos that have surfaced of OTF Jam on the stand. I'm not going to show those photos. I don't know. Like me personally, I do not know the legal implications of them. What I can tell you this is I am aware there's videos that shows the jury faces that's being shopped around, that's being circulated, all right? And if that video gets out, this is going to be a mistrial, 100%. If you guys, again, there's videos from the overflow room showing all the jurors and their faces. If that video gets out, this is going to be a mistrial. It's being shopped around. So there's a lot of twists to come in this Lil Durk trial, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? So far, what's your gut feeling, man? Is Lil Durk beating this? Is he not beating this? Let me know, man, all right? I'm now, listen, all I'm wishing for is justice. If Lil Durk is innocent, free him. If he did it, well, hey, man, you know what got to happen, all right? But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out why Christian Rock panicked after being...
Man, I don't know what the fuck is going on. This shit is crazy, but appreciate y'all for staying tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to do more reactions and everything, but we out.